Hello folks, as many of you all know me, my name is Sam Lacey with Hub Industrial, your pallet industry expert. Today we have a quick tip for you for helping you save money on your bandsaw blades. Stay tuned. Okay, so one of the most popular questions we get here at Hub Industrial is how to reduce your costs in your pallet dismantling blades. That is a very popular question because it is a huge expense for a lot of companies that are repairing a lot of pallets. Now, that's a very wide, very broad question to ask because there's so many different scenarios. I'm going to go over a few quick tips here that allow you to increase the life on your pallet dismantling blades. Number one, if we're using a standard dismantling saw, Smart Products, Nova Machinery, the new Woodmeister saw, if you're using Industrial Resource PRS, and you're not using a bimetal blade, you're probably not getting the most amount of life out of your pallet dismantling saw. Now, what that means is that if you're using a bimetal blade and you're paying $40 a blade, right, and you're getting 1,000 pallets a blade, you are getting paying 4 cents a pallet for what you dismantle just on the blade cost. If you're using a carbon blade, you're paying $24 a blade. You're only getting less than half of that life. In most cases, it's around 400 pallets a blade. You're at 6 cents a blade. In many cases, per saw, per shift, you're anywhere from $500 to $1,000 in extra cost just in blade material a year, okay? That is a significant amount of money when you're talking about the low margins that, of course, are in the pallet industry. So that is one thing you always need to check. Make sure you understand what the life of your blade is and what you're paying for the blade. Take the cost divided by how many pallets you're getting. That's where you get your number from, obviously. Secondly, I would recommend on any of your bandsaws, make sure you check the bearings. On all saw manufacturers, they have their different ways that you're supposed to adjust your bearings or what have you, but make sure if your blade is rubbing up against that bearing while the saw is on, your blade is going to overheat, your bearings are going to seize up. That is easy to overlook, and that's where we get a lot of phone calls on stress cracks. They say, oh, blades are breaking, they have stress cracks on them. That is the case a lot of times because blade is getting too hot. Metal against metal is always going to get hot, right? Blade is only supposed to hit the bearing, it's supposed to be about a 1/16 of an inch away from the bearing. We may have a picture we're just going to put on here. It shows about 1/16 of an inch away from the bearing, so it only hits the bearing when you're pulling a pallet against it, not always hitting the bearing. Otherwise, as I just mentioned, it's going to overheat the blade. I guess one of the next big things is the bi-sply tires. On most standard bandsaws, if you want to buy a tire at the tire shop or down at the trailer store, put that tire on there. That's not going to work for you. I encourage you to go through your manufacturer, buy a bi-sply tire. If you cannot find one locally, put that on your saw because it is not good for your saw. You're not going to get the right life. You're not going to keep good tracking. It is not good for the life of your blade. You're going to wind up losing production in the long run, and it's not worth it for you. Even though it's a quick fix, not the best option. And last but not least, check the tension on your saw. Make sure your tension is set to the factory specs. We have all different kinds of factories, Smart Products, PRS, Industrial Resource, all those brands. If you have any questions, give us a call. We can either give you what we know about the saw at that point or refer you to somebody who would know from the manufacturer and be able to help you out with that. Our number one goal is that you get the most performance out of our pallet dismantling blades and that you see the life and cost reduction that we're trying to give you. 4 cents a pallet is what we talked about at the beginning of the video. We try to target for that amount. This seems to be a very good number to get on your pallets. If you buy a cheaper blade, a carbon dismantling blade, and you're getting 6 cents a pallet, you're paying significantly more for your pallets to be dismantled, and you still have that switch out time. So if your pallets only lasting 400, if your blade's only lasting 400 pallets, you're taking that blade off and you're putting a new blade on. There is downtime. That saw needs to be running all the time, as long as you have an operator running it, right? You need to be having somebody on that saw. If it's not running, you're not making money. So we're trying to help you guys reduce your total cost on your bandsaw dismantling blades and help you guys add more profit to your bottom line. Our quick offer for this week is that you will receive a $25 off your first order online. That's $25 using this promo code. Place your order online for any product. Doesn't matter if you ordered from us before, if you haven't ordered from us before. If you place your first order online, you receive $25 off your first order. Thanks for being a loyal customer or a loyal watcher of the Hub Industrial segment videos. We will see you guys very soon.